And I think we should give a nice round of applause to Sandy Krause for her artwork on the cover. How about it? I'd also like to acknowledge two of our classmates from the January class who were unable to attend tonight. Dean Carney from Minnesota and Chuck Finfrock from Arizona, both of whom sent very generous contributions to the reunion fund.
Oh, nice.
So we honor them tonight. Also, I want to say a brief word about those classmates that are no longer with us and can't be with us tonight. You notice the memorial board out in the lobby. Very sad to have lost them so young. And I'd like to mention a couple, one of whom is not represented there on the board tonight because he was in the June 62 class. Although originally a member of our January 63 class, completed his studies at Harper in 3.5 years. That's Arnold Cantor. Arnie became, well, first he attended the University of Michigan and Ohio State University, received his PhD, went on to become one of the top national security experts in the country, and worked in the White House in a couple administrations. Sadly passed away in 2010. So we honor Arnie tonight. Also, I'd like to mention Janet Goldmeyer of our January class. Janet graduated 6th in our class, was the captain of cheerleaders, was also well known for her effervescent personality, involved in a lot of activities. Janet taught school for 10 years and then decided to become a realtor. Not just any realtor, she became one of the top realtors in Chicago in the 80s and 90s, to where she sold an average of $6 million in real estate annually, and at her peak, sold $12 million annually. She was the president of the Women's Board of Realtors in Chicago, and as I say, one of the most highly regarded, highly recognized realtors in the city. And we remember Janet tonight as well. But that's not to say we don't remember all of our departed classmates, but I just wanted to highlight those two in the few minutes we have here. Now I think we're here tonight not only to relive and share some of the memories of our school days, but also to celebrate what's happened in our lives in the last 50 years. And I've been very impressed in reviewing the biographies and some of the background information to see how well represented we are in so many fields. In the construction trades, in many technical fields, in the field of medicine, we have a doctor, a dentist, a veterinarian, distinguished nurses. In the field of law, we have accomplished lawyers. Now, in the medical area, we have not just any doctor, but one of the world-renowned neurosurgeons and a great humanitarian. And also a lawyer who has served as an assistant chief counsel in the U.S. Department of Defense. Also in the field of art and architecture, we have an architect, an accomplished fine arts painter, and a special effects designer in Hollywood who received an Academy Award nomination. We also have engineers, people working in government administration, in the military, including 2 lieutenant colonels that I know of, and in the business world. Now, why is it that little old Harper High School on the south side of Chicago produced so many successful people? And not all of us had fancy jobs, I understand. But we all made our mark. Whatever we did, at whatever level, we made our contribution. And I think one of the reasons is because Harper was just a good school.
Yes.
And we also had a good faculty. Four of whom are represented here tonight, and I hope they are here.
I hope so.
Mr. Daniel Curley, that is, Industrial Arts, woodshop people. Are you there, Dan? Can you show us all 10 digits? ain't got no reason not to recognize English teacher, Mr. Francis Finn.
Yeah.
And also physics teacher, Mary Ann Johnson.
Where is
Is
she?
Johnson here?
Not yet.
Not here yet?
Oh, there she is.
Miss Johnson was one of those teachers mentioned most frequently in the biographies. And I'd like to extend a special thank you from Tom Murphy.
Oh, Tom.
They know what I mean. And also mathematics teacher, Mr. Peter Zansitis. Another very popular teacher mentioned frequently in the biographies. So we mentioned the school, we mentioned the faculty, but there's another group that I want to honor tonight, and that's our parents.
Yes.
Largely first and second generation European immigrants who came to America with ambition, strong work ethic, and a desire to make the lives of their children better than their own.
Yes.
And I think that was instrumental in the kind of motivation we had as kids to make something of our lives. Consider that our parents were starting their married lives with the sacrifices of the Great Depression, the sacrifices and hardships of World War II, and still produced a fine group of people. How about a nice round of applause for our parents? We honor them.
Oh, you better believe. That's the truth. We lived that days.
And also, many of us have produced fine families to whom we pass on these values and will in turn make their mark on the world. Well, that concludes my remarks tonight. I just want to remind you about the picnic tomorrow. The annual Harper picnic in Conkey Woods. That's on 135th Street near Central. The directions were included in all of the announcement letters, so we hope to see as many of you as can attend tomorrow. So, right now, we're going to have the group photo. So, the photographer has asked me to mention that if the taller people would be toward the back, we want to start that way.